Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal, and it is now Copa del Rey final time. A new trophy is on the line for Barcelona and we now have a chance to pick up our first piece of silverware under Ronald Koeman. Of course, we lost the SUPERCOPA final against our opponents tomorrow evening in Athletic Club back in January, but now we do have the chance to win this famous trophy following what has been an absolutely crazy cup campaign for Barcelona. It's a massive game, it's a cup final, it's Athletic Club versus Barcelona. So let's get started with today's match preview. And this one will be coming live to us from the CARTUJA stadium over there in Sevilla. It's the same location that we actually played the Super Cup final against Athletic Club at. So that's going to be a 9:30 PM local time kickoff, by the way, for this one. So watch out for that one. It's not 9 PM local time, it's 9:30. So a little bit later there for the Copa del Rey final. What should be a cracking game. So let's actually begin then with Athletic Club, who of course will be our opposition for this final, and it is actually going to be the fourth time we're playing them this season. We've already played them twice in the league, once in the Super Cup final, and interestingly enough, this will be Athletic Club's second Copa del Rey final in the space of just 2 weeks, as they have already played their arch rivals Real Sociedad at the CARTUJA stadium for the 2020 final that was of course postponed, and they lost that game, to be fair, and they never really showed up on that evening. And also guys, Athletic actually come into this fixture in pretty poor form. After Marcelino's appointment at the start of the year, they were on absolutely rampant winning formulas, and they were winning the Super Cup, of course. They picked up some fine results in La Liga. Of course, they made it to this Copa del Rey final, the 2021 final. But now, guys, they found themselves, of course, off the bat of that Copa del Rey final defeat to Real Sociedad. They're also 11th in La Liga now, and they're without victory in their last 6 fixtures. So Athletic by no means come into this final in hot form, and you'd have to say that this is probably the worst they've actually been so far under Marcelino as coach. So we will have to wait and see how that affects their performance in tomorrow's cup final. However guys, I think we should all recognise that come Saturday evening, this could all mean very, very little, because I think this Athletic side, they won't really likely care about any of that. You know, these are the sorts of games they absolutely love. They live for these sorts of finals. They're going to come here in their 4-4-2 to fight, to disturb Barcelona, really get into us, and hopefully grab another title. From their point of view, they will try to frustrate Barcelona. They won't want to get us into our style, of course, and I think this sort of fixture, it could suit them down to the ground. You know, they're struggling right now, they're on poor form, they just lost the last final, they've almost got nothing to lose in this one, and that will let them essentially come into this fixture and say, we're the real underdogs, we're going to come here, really fight for this one, and I get the feeling that could really suit them. They'll want to redeem themselves after the final against Real Sociedad, and I am expecting Marcelino's side to put up a real performance tomorrow against Barca in the Copa del Rey final. So let's move on to their tactics actually, and how they could be lining up for tomorrow's game. This is how I believe Athletic Club will be setting up. It will be Unai Simon in goal, De Marcos at right back, Unai Núñez and Íñigo Martínez at centre back, I believe is what they'll go for. Balenciaga, I think, will play at left back. I'm not sure if Yuri's going to be ready or not. They could play Leque there, but I think it's going to be Balenciaga. I think Berenguer will be playing. We haven't really seen a lot of him actually in the Barcelona fixtures, but he has been scoring numerous goals to help them on their way to the Copa final in the 2021 version. I think it will be Ventador and Garcia in midfield. We know that Garcia, you know, he can put in some real stern challenges. Munain, Raul Garcia and Iñaki Williams, of course, all will start there, and those three, you get the feeling, are the danger man. But watch out for Berenguer. As I said, he has been scoring goals. But that right there is my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. And now it is time to move on to Barcelona, the 30-time Copa del Rey champions. But of course, guys, we haven't actually won a trophy in the last 2 editions of this tournament. We lost the final to Valencia in 2019, and then in 2020 we were actually knocked out by Athletic themselves. So Barcelona come into tomorrow's game, you feel, in an absolutely massive moment. This trophy, I think, is absolutely huge for our season. It has been for a while, but ultimately, guys, we desire silver at Barcelona, and we make our obligation to win at least something every single season. The Copa this season, we've been through some crazy ties, some unbelievable remontadas, and it has become available now to Ronald Koeman's side to really go for it. Of course, we are still fighting for La Liga, but I do think for a while now the Copa has been something that has been accessible to us. It's been a trophy we've really had our eye on, and I do feel tomorrow, if we are to get the victory, for this group of players, for the coach Ronald Koeman, and of course for our Barcelona fans, if we were to lift this trophy tomorrow evening, that would be massive. That would return the joy, the celebration to our faces, and of course, guys, it would ensure that we do not go trophyless for 2 consecutive seasons. But how did Barcelona enter this game? We mentioned that Athletic Club there aren't on the best of form, but how are Barcelona coming into this fixture? Well, I think it's fair to say the international break there, it definitely did disturb a little bit of our rhythm. The narrow victory over Real Valladolid It was the first game back after the international break, and that wasn't really that impressive. You look at the Clásico defeat to Real Madrid, which certainly could have ended our title hopes in La Liga. So we didn't enter this final in that good form, quite similar to Athletic actually. But of course, we are in real need of this tournament. I said a few reasons there why we need this win, you know, for trophies for Barcelona, for Ronald Koeman, for the fans, for this group of players. They really need this trophy. Look at some of the players we've got in our squad. Frenkie de Jong, Antoine Griezmann. They're big players for us, and they haven't even won a trophy yet at Barcelona. So this is a big game. I think this team really needs this trophy. And you do get the feeling that we will need a real, proper Barcelona performance in tomorrow's final if we are to be winning this one. And not only is this an absolutely massive final for Barcelona, of course it's a big trophy on the line that I really want to win for this one. But you do also get the feeling, guys, that there is a real need for Barcelona to win this final and this sort of occasion, because you look at the other games we've played this season, and whilst, yes, in my opinion, it has been a really valuable and much needed transitional season of sorts, but you know, let's set it straight, we haven't been able to do it in the absolutely gigantic moments. To be fair, the comebacks in the Copa del Rey have been huge, I think especially the one against Sevilla, but slipping up to Atletico, to Juventus, to Athletic Club in the Super Cup final, to PSG, and now to Real Madrid in La Liga. Those games there are massive moments in our season, and we haven't been able to win any of them. So for Barcelona, for Ronald Koeman's Barcelona, we have to win this football match. It's a big moment in our season, and we have got to see a proper dominant Barcelona performance for this sort of clash. We cannot go into this one as we did in the other games I just listed there. For me, this is the big challenge for the Barcelona players. We have to get it right, and we have to return some silverware to this new crop of players. But let's talk a bit of tactics then, and how Barcelona could actually set up for this sort of fixture, because I'm sure all of you guys in the comments will be wondering, well, how are we going to line up for this one? You know, what sort of team is Ronald Koeman going to put up for this massive final? And from the media guys, the news we're hearing is that Ronald Koeman is going to revert back to the 4-3-3. Of course, in recent weeks we've been using the 3-4-3, the 3-5-2. A few players have had to drop to defence, such as Frenkie de Jong. You've got a few players dropped out of the team, such as Griezmann. But I get the feeling in tomorrow's game, we are going to be seeing the 4-3-3 from Ronald Koeman. So now what that means is I'm going to be showing you guys my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. This is what I think, when we see the team sheet come 7:30 on the Saturday evening UK time, is what we're going to be seeing from Ronald Koeman's side. I think Ter Stegen, of course, will be there in goal. At left back, I think it will be Jordi Alba. I think he will go for the back four. If we are to believe the news, of course, you know, he could go for the back three and just ignore all of the recent movements from the newspapers and whatnot, but I'm hearing it's going to be a back four. At right back, I think it's going to be Mingueza. The reason I've gone for that is because I don't think he's going to be playing him in a back two, but I also don't think he wants to drop Mingueza for this sort of game. I don't think Dest is going to start. Will Roberto get his first start after, what, he hasn't been starting since January in a cup final? In my opinion, it's probably not smart. I think we could be seeing Mingueza at right back, and at centre back, I think it will be Araujo next to Longley. So the same back three there that we played against Real Madrid in Mingueza, Araujo and Longley, but just shifted to the side as Mingueza will act as a fullback if we play to the back four. As I said, I don't think Dest is going to be played for this one, and I'm not sure if Roberto will start, but of course, don't be surprised to see either of them in the lineup. Gerard Piqué, I'm hearing, isn't going to be quite ready for this one, but if he does, you know, put some injections in, then perhaps he'll be able to start this one. And then moving up the pitch, it does become pretty self-explanatory. I think, of course, it will be Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri in that midfield. I think Alex Moriba was certainly rumoured to start. Some fans want to see him play. Me too, to be fair, but I think we will be going for that midfield. And up front, that will leave it with Dembélé, Messi, and Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann returned to the spotlight, of course. He scored both goals in the Super Cup final against Athletic. He nearly dragged us over the line that day, but, you know, we were just so poor on that evening. We cannot see that sort of performance in tomorrow's game. But having said that, guys, the lineup you're seeing on your screen right now, the lineup I'm predicting for tomorrow's game, is the exact same lineup that Barcelona lined up with in the second half of the Super Cup against Athletic Club back in January. Yep, you heard that correctly. We started actually with Ter Stegen in goal, Dest at right back ahead of Mingueza, but then it was all the same. At half-time, Mingueza came on for Dest, and that's how we played with. Does that worry you guys? We've seen it in other games this season where we've said, let's not make the same mistakes with the lineup. The PSG one, for example, in the first leg, where we just brought everyone back in, Piqué, Longley, Alba, all of those sorts of same players in the defence, and it didn't work. We got torn apart. Is it wise then to lose the cup final all the way back in January, make so much progress since then, and then just to line up in the cup final in April with the exact same team? Perhaps not. Should Koeman go for a 3-back? Should he bring some other players in? Should he take some other players out? In my opinion, he should probably start Serginho Dest. I get that he hasn't been on good form of late, but you know what? Like I said, let's rejuvenate this team. Let's get some fresh players in. But let me know what you guys think. That's the lineup I think we'll use. That if we see Roberto, if we see Dest, I wouldn't be overly surprised, but I am hearing it's going to be a 4-3-3, and I think it'll be something like that. And of course, let's end with the match predictions. As always, you guys are in confident mood. A few of you that are voting for extra time or an Athletic win, or an Athletic win in extra time, or a narrow Barcelona victory, but of course, as it usually is, it is going to be a Barcelona victory by 2+ goals from you guys. And you know what? I'm going to agree. I'm going to go for Athletic Club 1, Barcelona 3 in a massive, massive cup final. Let's please win this final. It is absolutely huge. The Copa del Rey is a big trophy, and even bigger this season, let's set it straight. So for Barcelona, we've got to get over the line in this one. I want to see a real, proper performance from this team. For Ronald Koeman, for this group of players, this is it. This is a massive, massive game in our season, and Barcelona desperately need to win this trophy. So that is where I will leave this one. Please leave any of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and of course, stay tuned for the match review after tomorrow's game. It could be a late one, guys, if it's extra time, or if it's Barcelona victory and I'm celebrating the victory. It could be a late one, but of course, guys, check it out in the morning, check it out whenever, and the review will be on the channel for you guys. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you enjoy the game and Barcelona get their first piece of silverware this season. Until then, goodbye.